It's the end of the week, and so it's time to take out the trash. Brett Erlich, who is your garbage person of the week?
My garbage person is Donald John Trump Jr., who completely unironically has this to say about people who recently were laid off from their jobs at the Washington Post.
It's actually hilarious how they react to any challenge, any adversity, and it's actually really scary for the future of our country, because I imagine a lot of this aligns up with that next generation. None of these kids these days, or these young, aspiring journalists or whatever, they've never functioned in the real world, and they live in some sort of fake utopia. So the parents of these journalists going to start calling into the Washington Post to complain because their child didn't get a participation medal. They did run a paper into the ground with their woke nonsense, and now we get to hear about their pouty, whiny voices. I mean, it sounds like a high school right now. People aren't getting their way, so they're going to complain.
So Donald Trump Jr. is essentially saying that this young breed of millennial has had everything handed to them their whole life by their parents. Sir, people in bamboo houses should not throw pandas, as my wife told me was a saying this morning. That's exactly your life, Donnie Jr. Your dad gave you everything, even the hand motions and possibly all the cocaine it seems you are just sandblasting up your nose.
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
A fun fact about Don Jr. Can we put up the video of him again? A lot of people think that he, like me and you, by the way, is beginning to show his age just a little bit with the salt and pepper beard. Nope, his beard is pure black. He's just leaning too close to the mirror, I think. But anyway,
beard.
Oh God! Here's a challenge for Don Jr. Open your eyes. Can you do it? Can you physically open your eyes? I don't think so at this point.
It's so sad. And then the last thing he says is that people are kicking and screaming when they don't get their way. That's how he does his air quotes the whole time. And if you want a treat, just watch all of his videos on mute. It's fantastic. But that's exactly what your side was doing when they lost the election. That's it. Yeah. You're kicking and screaming. Your daddy wants you guys all to be back in the White House. And the difference is this time, like, Ivanka knows better. You don't.
Yeah, well, she's managing this much better than he is. Yeah, the idea that other people have it easy and would never be able to live in the real world. Like, Don Jr., I want you to, like the Prince and the Pauper, give it 3 months, seriously, like work an actual job out there. He would never do it. Also, the idea that, yeah, you know who's definitely got an easy, super utopian life is young people becoming journalists these days. He doesn't understand literally anything about our country. Okay, good garbage person though. By the way, you should totally mute his video and dub it over for TikTok. I think those would be hilarious. You being Don Jr.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.